This is the tablet of Rising, and I belong to Pakistan. And do you know, every year Pakistanis spend 8 billion rupees to buy this tablet of Rising, which is sort of serious because Pakistan is under a debt of 2000 billion rupees. And I am thinking if every Pakistani stocks Rising for 3 years, we can pay off our debt. Understand, if you have clicked this thumbnail with the picture of Rising on it, you or someone you know is already taking Rising. And I am here to tell you things about Rising that your doctor will never tell you. So watch the video till then. And if you or someone you know takes Rising, do let me know in the comment section below. It will be very helpful for the others. Because today I'll be explaining who should take Rising, how much Rising should be taken, what are the side effects of taking Rising, and if Rising does not suit you, what are the other natural alternatives which are free from side effects? So first of all, what is Rising? Rising is a class of drugs called proton pump inhibitors, or PPIs for short. These are basically taken in conditions in which there is acidity. For example, GERD or acidity or ulcers. In all these conditions, patients feel they have acidity in their stomach. And to reduce the acidity, they are given these proton pump inhibitors, which basically stop or slow down the ability of your stomach to produce acid. And although it is indicated for these conditions, but right now what I have seen among my patients is whatever problem you have with your stomach, you are being given Rising. Even if you have any kind of surgery, you are being Rising because stress causes acidity. If the patients are given any other medications, they are given Rising with it as a complementary medicine. And the thing is, although Rising is available over the counter in Pakistan, but Rising is not a very safe drug. So let me tell you about the side effects of Rising. Number one, it causes nutrient deficiency. Why? Because this acid is required for the absorption of certain nutrients. For example, magnesium. If magnesium is not being absorbed, you will suffer from insomnia, that is sleeplessness, and from anxiety, and from constipation. Number two is calcium. If calcium is not being absorbed in your body, you will have weak bones. Thirdly and most importantly, B12 or folate. If B12 or folate is not being absorbed, which requires the acid in your stomach, you will suffer from tiredness, fatigue, and nerve pains. Many of my female patients tell me they suffer from pins and needles, or they feel their hands and feet are numb. All this is mostly because of B12 deficiency. Secondly, this acid has another function. Basically kills all the harmful bacteria in your stomach. Once you stop or slow down the acid production in your stomach, what will happen is the bad bacteria will flourish. And that's why most of the people taking omeprazole suffer from H. pylori infection. And so the prevalence of H. pylori and other bad bacteria increases. Thirdly, as I have told you, it stops the absorption of calcium from your body, and what happens is you get osteoporosis or osteopenia. And a big research study has been done on women taking omeprazole, how Rising or omeprazole causes osteoporosis and osteopenia in these ladies. Lastly, like any other drug, it also affects your kidney and it also affects your liver. Again, many studies have been done that chronic PPI users suffer from early stage kidney disease and liver diseases. So the question is, how long can you take Rising without getting these side effects? And believe me, Rising should be taken only for 30 to 40 days, not more than that. In my clinic, I have seen patients who have taken Rising for as long as they can remember. They themselves have forgotten when they started taking Rising. My point is, Rising is not a stomach tonic. It has side effects, and if you are suffering from these side effects and no one told you these are because of Rising and they will go once you stop Rising, you need to stop Rising right now, isn't it? So next comes the question, if we cannot take Rising or we don't want to take Rising, what else can we take? So I'm glad to inform you that there are a number of solutions to this problem of acidity. And unlike omeprazole or the PPIs, which have these side effects that I just told you, they have side benefits. This is one big reason, although I am an MBBS medical doctor, but my inclination is to treat my patients with these natural things mostly because they have side benefits instead of side effects. So the first and short solution of acidity in my clinic, which I have done with my patients over these past 10 years, is beet kvass. Just take 1 or 2 tablespoons of beet kvass in a glass of water before every meal. Whether you're taking 1 meal a day or whether you're taking 10 meals a day, you have to take this beet kvass dissolved in water before every meal. Even if you take a biscuit or a packet of crisps, although these are not healthy things, you have to take beet kvass before that. And it would be wonderful if you avoid caffeine and other those acidity causing things. And trust me, I have tried this with over 1,000 of my patients, and 99.9% have reported improvement in their acidity symptoms in as little as a month. And as I just mentioned, these natural things have side benefits. Beet kvass is also very good for your blood flow. It is very good for your anemia also. And it has loads of other benefits also. Let me know in the comment section below if you have ever used beet kvass before and what benefits did you see. Anyway, secondly, if you don't want to use beet kvass,
You can use apple cider vinegar in the same way, 1 or 2 tablespoons in a glass of water before every meal. But I have seen most of the patients, when they take apple cider vinegar, they get a sore throat.
do visit our website and see all the other probiotics and their huge benefits. Thirdly is kefir. Kefir is basically fermented milk. All the good bacteria that can overcome your bad bacteria, especially the H. pylori bacteria. And a lot of research has been done how kefir is wonderful for H. pylori infection. So let me know in the comment section below which of these probiotics did you use. Take care till meet next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.